Hello, this is Shikha Tiwari, and welcome to another episode at You Reinvent. Let me start with a question. Have you ever struggled with getting your child to do something? For example, eating vegetables, getting them to do some homework, or clearing up their toys after they have played, getting them to get out of the house in time for school or a party or any ceremony. I'm sure you must have answered yes to at least one of those questions. I know we've all been there, and somehow, and that this is something I've maintained throughout my videos. Throughout all the episodes I have made, that if we are struggling with something with our kids, it's because we aren't able to understand their thoughts and feelings, and also we kind of don't know what to do next. We've kind of exploited all our resources, all our knowledge, all our methods, and that's where the frustration begins to rise. It seems like a dead end, uh, but it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be frustrating. So today I will share with you a method that I learned when I recently did a parenting course from Yale University, and I actually applied that program on my child. To give you a little background, I was struggling with my little one not willing to do any homework or any writing activity, especially during the pandemic. I mean, we are still going through the pandemic, and that's why I thought, creating this video is so important because we are going to be facing these struggles at least for the next 1 year or 6 months, for the very least. So, anyhow, before the pandemic hit, it was pretty easy. She would come back home from school and start doing her homework, um, whenever was the stipulated time. But now, as soon as we talk about homework or you have to write that one page, whichever whatever teachers give at that age, my daughter is just 5, so uh, accordingly, and she would start yelling and screaming, and if I would raise my voice or be stern with her that you have to do it, she would start crying. So it went on and on and on, and it was very frustrating at two levels. One, that I'm not able to get her to do something as simple as just writing one page of cat bat mat or whatever. Two, it's kind of it reminds you of the lack of communication between the two of you. You're not able to communicate to your child what is it that you want, and the child kind of understands that in a very nagging, discouraging, disappointing manner. Anyhow, so today I'm going to share with you, some it's like a step by step method that this program teaches, and I used it on my child, and I'm going to share with you how I did it so that you can use it with your children for anything. I mean, it can be used for setting up any habit. The first thing that you have to remember before you even start this program is that setting up a habit is a step by step process. Think of yourself as trying to run 5 miles. You don't run the 5 miles in one day. You start with quarter of a mile, right? And that's the same paradigm you have to apply here. So how do we apply it here? I'm going to explain you the process. So step one is identify your goal behavior. So in my case, it was that she completes her one page of homework without any sort of resistance, and me having to yell at her, and she ending up in crying and all of that. No nagging, no yelling, no crying, nothing. You just identify that that's my goal behavior, that when you give that prompt that okay, it's time to do your homework, the child is willing and able to participate. Now the step two is to create a prompt. Now what is this prompt? In my case, what I did was that I um, told her that we are going to be playing a game, and this game is called the homework game. So when mama tells you that, okay, now it's time for a game, then She will enthusiastically join the game, and after it is done, I'm going to give you a star or a smiley, or whatever she wishes at the end of the task. Most children will just join in because of the enthusiasm. It's surprising that we approach these tasks with a very strict mindset in our head, but the moment you kind of convert it into a play, it kind of becomes easier. And I know it's not important to use that playful method after a day full of work and you're tired, you're exhausted, but we have to remind ourselves constantly that for a child, play is work, right? I mean, I have shared this in one of my earlier videos. That's how they understand, that's how they make sense of this world. So it has to be playful to begin with, and you will get more cooperation if your tone changes. Now, the third step, and this is very, very crucial, lower your expectations and then subsequently raise the bar. Like I said initially, that you first think of it as running a quarter of a mile. So if your expectation is that the child will be able to write the full page, you can start with just your child writing one line or two lines, and make that agreement with your child that, okay, this, you only have to write these one, two lines, nothing more than that, right? And once you finish, then we'll give you a reward. And as I explained, this setting a reasonable step towards that bigger goal is important so that it doesn't seem so overwhelming for your child. And because it's not overwhelming, it's something that he or she feels that I can easily do it, there is more cooperation. And you know of course, I'm here talking about a 4 to 5 year old child, but if let's say you're talking about cleaning up the toys, right? So what you're going to do is that announce that, okay, now it's time to clean up the toys, and join your child in clearing it up, and give them a task that, okay, you only have to clean up this part, the rest I'm going to do. Just pick up these 5 toys, and the rest mama will do. And the next day or the week after that, say, okay, you have to pick up the 10 toys and the 15 toys, whatever. And 2 to 3 weeks, it takes about 2 to 3 weeks for this program to set in. It's almost like setting a habit. So it takes about 21 to 66 days for setting up a habit. So you have to be mindful of that. It's the same thing you're doing with children. So you start small and then build it up. Now, obviously, once your child finishes, you reward them. That's your step 4. Now, please be mindful that the reward doesn't have to be another toy, another 1 hour of watching TV. No, it has to be something intangible. Like I have set up the rewards as stars and smileys, and some playing time with me, and like that. So it depends upon what your schedule is, what your day looks like, and what is the goal that you're setting, and accordingly you can set something like that. This program, I can vouch for it, it worked like magic for my child. There's no more crying, no more yelling. Simply you make that request, set up the environment that, okay, you know what, it's time to do your homework, and she will sit down and start doing it. Of course, she still negotiates on the fact that how much she's going to do, and that's okay, because remember, we're setting a habit. So it's not important for them to do the whole thing. Similarly, if you are asking them to clear up the room, it's not important for them to clear up the whole room on the first day itself, right? Not important for you to run the whole 5 miles on the first day itself. No, quarter of a mile, less than that, whatever, 1/10 of a mile. I don't care. Get going. Now, I'm pretty sure, like I said, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, it sounds simple, but you must be thinking that how long are you supposed to do it? Again, like I said, 21 to 66 days it takes to set up a habit. With children, usually this kind of a thing, 2 to 3 weeks, you will start seeing an improvement, and you can drop the program. And then it's just about kind of being consistent with the method itself. And then you can pick up another habit or another lifestyle you're trying to establish. And that's about it. I can vouch for you if you use this program effectively without raising a voice, setting up the prompt very clearly, and you know, make sure that you're discussing with your child what is expected. Because oftentimes we feel like, oh, what does this child know? I know better, which is fine, it's your prerogative to think like that. But truly, you need to look for cooperation. If you want cooperation, you need to look for collaboration. Otherwise, the waterfall model in a parent child relationship just does not work. So try it. Let me know if there is something you're struggling with. Feel free to reach out to me, and I can help you set up some habits for your children. And last but not the least, my request to you is that if, as a parent, you're struggling with anything with you and your child, seek help. It doesn't have to be with me. It doesn't have to be with, another person. It can be just online. There are millions and millions of courses, millions of YouTube programs, and millions of, uh, child psychologists who are kind of giving free advice nowadays. So seek help. Try to figure out what's the best way of doing it. Remember, if you are frustrated, something needs to change. Either your goal needs to change or your method. So, until next time, take care and have fun.